We've all been there. That cold, heavy feeling of fear. It just has a way of showing up when we least expect it. But what if there was a way to face it? Not with our own strength, but with something way more powerful. Today we're going to talk about fear and faith, and how one can conquer the other.
Hello, class. So let's start with that feeling. You know the one I'm talking about, right? That tight little knot deep in your stomach. That sudden feeling when worry just takes over. It happens to all of us, but where does it come from? Let's look at a couple of situations where it pops up.
Okay, picture this. The phone rings and you just know it's that call. The one with the big news, the results you've been waiting for. In that 1 second before you answer, your mind just races with all the possibilities, and usually not the good ones. That right there, that's fear, and it loves the unknown.
Or how about this one? A huge deadline is just around the corner. The clock is ticking like a time bomb, and the work, it's just not done. You feel that pressure building, and that feeling of being totally overwhelmed can turn into fear so fast. Fear of failing, fear of letting everyone down.
So when those feelings hit, it's like we're at a crossroads. On one side, you've got fear. It's like a storm inside your head. It's chaotic, it's uncertain, and honestly, it's terrifying. But then, look at the other side. This is what faith offers. Not our own power, but power, love, and a clear, steady mind, all from God. They're just two completely different ways to face what's coming at you.
So what does it actually mean to trust in God? It's definitely not about pretending you're not scared. That's not real life. It's actually about making a choice. It's deciding, okay, I'm going to believe that the God who made everything is way bigger and way stronger than this storm I'm feeling inside. All right, class, to really get this, let's open up our textbooks. We're going to dive into a few key passages. Think of this as our scripture reading lesson, where we find the words that can really arm us against fear.
Okay, our first text. Let's read it slowly. For God has not given us a spirit of cowardice. Now, class, that word, cowardice, that's just a lack of bravery. So the big takeaway here is that this feeling, this timid, fearful spirit, it's not a gift from God. It doesn't come from Him.
So if that spirit of fear doesn't come from God, what does? Well, the verse keeps going, but of power and of love and of sober-mindedness. Now these are the gifts He gives us: real strength, deep love, and a mind that's calm and clear even when everything is going crazy.
This next part really builds on that idea. Listen to this. You are of God, little children, and you have overcome them. Wow, that's a huge statement about who we are. It's not just saying who we belong to, it's saying that a victory has already been won for us.
And here's the secret sauce. Here's why that victory is ours. Because greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. This changes everything, doesn't it? It's not about us trying to be strong enough. It's about realizing that there's a much, much greater strength already living inside of us.
Okay, so if we have this amazing power inside us, what are we supposed to do? Well, our final reading gives us the how-to guide. It says, looking away unto Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. The most important word there is looking. It's an action. It's all about where we decide to put our focus.
And why look to Him? Because He's the ultimate proof that fear and pain don't get the last word. He went through the cross, the worst symbol of suffering and death you can imagine, and He beat it. He won. And His position of power today, that's the foundation of our entire faith. So we've looked at the texts, we've done our reading lesson. Now, let's wrap it all up. What's the most important thing to remember? What is today's key takeaway?
Simple. Remember who is with you. Really think about it. The same God who is with David in his absolute darkest moments, He's with you. The same Lord who just said a single word and made a raging storm completely stop, He is with you, right here, right now.
So it all comes down to a choice we can make, and we can break it down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, choose to look away from yourself and how big the problem seems. Step 2, on purpose, turn your eyes and look to God. And step 3, grab onto His words, the truths we just talked about, and hold on tight. Because things can feel really hopeless sometimes. I get it. Situations can seem so dark, but no matter what, there is one final, foundational truth you have to remember. Our faith. It's not just wishful thinking. It's not just a nice idea. It is anchored in something that really happened. It comes from Christ, who was crucified, who was resurrected, and who won. He triumphed over the very things we're most afraid of. That's the solid rock our hope is built on. Think about what that means. The one in charge of absolutely everything has already beaten the worst-case scenario. Death itself has been, well, the scripture says it's been swallowed up. It's gone. If our greatest fear has already been defeated, then no smaller fear stands a chance against that victory.
And that brings us right back to the beginning. It's a choice. You've got the storm of fear on one side, and on the other, you've got the peace that comes from a God who has already won. So the question for all of us today is simple. What will you choose?